Becoming an entrepreneur is a dream for many, but it's no easy feat. Fortunately, there are proven methods out there to help you build your own business, even with your starting with little to no cash. First, you have to find a startup idea that's potentially profitable. There are a couple of ways you could go about this. First, you could find a demand that's not yet being met, or you could take a solution that already exists and you can find ways to make it better or more affordable. Then you need to create a business plan. Think of questions like, who's your target audience? What's their main pain point? How are you going to help them solve that problem? What's it going to cost you to do that? And what kind of profit do you plan to make? After that, the next step is to consider bringing on board a co-founder. You don't have to do this whole thing alone, and if you can find someone whose strengths complement your weaknesses, you're going to build an even better foundation for your startup. Then it's time to start networking with other professionals in your niche. This doesn't mean hanging out with competitors. Rather, you want to look for other businesses whose audience somehow overlaps with your own. If you have that in common, then you have something to learn from them. Now, we talked about how to get your startup going with very little money, but you know what they say, it takes money to make money. We want to reiterate that you can start your own business with very little cash, something that we largely have the internet to thank for, but you will likely come to a point where you could really use some extra money to pay for things like the tools and the software that you're going to need to run your business. So once you get to that point, here are a few more suggestions. Number one, ask your family and friends to invest. Some of your first and biggest supporters are probably going to be the people who are closest to you. Go to them and ask if they'd be willing to invest in your business, and be sure to tell them what they get in return. Are you going to give them interest? Are you going to give them a portion of your sales? Number two, pitch to angel investors. Angel investors commonly work with small startups, and in exchange for their money, you give them equity in your business. So they give you cash and you give them partial ownership. Number three, you could get a loan. There are plenty of great loan options out there for small businesses and startups, especially if you are looking into the SBA. A few things you want to consider are how much money you need, what you want to spend it on, and how much time you need to pay it off. That's going to help you determine what type of loan you should be applying for. As a side note, the SBA Learning Center offers tons of helpful resources to help new entrepreneurs grow their businesses. Number four, you could bootstrap it. This will mean that your startup is mostly self-funded, for example, if you use your personal savings. And number five, you could work with venture capital firms. VCs fund what they consider to be promising startups. Just know that there will be an upfront cost plus interest that you're going to pay over time. You're never alone on this journey. Consider going to local events and meetups and even virtual events where you can connect with like-minded people who are on a similar path. Consider getting a mentor or a business coach. Think about groups like the Entrepreneurs Organization. There are some really amazing resources out there for people just like you. Guess what? EngageBay is a startup too. We took an existing product and made it more affordable and accessible for agencies, startups, solopreneurs, even freelancers. Why did we gain so much traction? Simple. A lot of people need a product just like this. Something that solves the marketing automation problem without breaking the bank. For as little as $1 a day, EngageBay helps small businesses all around the world market their brands effectively. Automate your marketing and email marketing efforts, create eye-catching web forms and landing pages, manage your leads with our CRM, and streamline your sales process. And importantly, turn cold leads into loyal customers. Everything is housed under one roof at a price that you're going to appreciate, so check it out for yourself. Sign up for EngageBay today.